Hi everyone, welcome to my 2025 predictions where I'm going to be giving you the insight on the energies, themes and events that I'm predicting for the coming 12 months ahead. And 2025 is an incredibly busy year filled with a lot of transformation, change and a little bit of revolution as well. So what does that look like? Well, let's get into it. The word for 2025 and the main energetic theme for the year ahead is all around revolution. But what does that actually mean? Well, at a personal level, expect a quiet yet profound reordering of your priorities, your relationships, and your inner beliefs. If you've been seeking change and transformation, then now's the time to really put focus and energy into that. At a global collective, it really represents a rebalancing and a realignment of the Earth's energies. The systems that are no longer working for us or have been working against us are now going to start crumbling with new ones to be born in their place. Now's the time to take the blindfold off and really see the world for what it is. With America being the energetic ground zero for the entire planet, one of the biggest themes in 2025 will undoubtedly be the second term of the Trump administration and the rebirth and revolution energy that does represent. The pendulum is now starting to swing in the other direction, and with new information and transparency that will be presented, it really will be a new golden age for the United States, because whether you currently like Donald Trump or not, people are now going to start to realize how much they have been misled and lied to on a multitude of issues, not only by the previous administration, but really for the last few decades in particular. And whilst there will be resistance to the certification of election, as well as multiple Trump cabinet and administration appointees, and also security threats around Inauguration Day, day one of the second Trump administration really represents new beginnings and profound energetic shifts. However, the assassination threat remains a clear and present danger throughout 2025, not only to Donald Trump, but also to members of his family and inner circle. Whilst we're going to be bombarded with constant news and information in 2025, one of the biggest events that I predict will be the gradual release of names associated with the Diddy and Epstein client lists and the drastic, profound impact that will have on society. That's right, after all these times, I do predict that some of these names will start being released and being made public. One of the other big events that I'm focused on will be the deportation of migrants in the United States, which I do believe will happen quite quickly into the second Trump administration. Whilst these are being carried out, there are going to be incidences of left-wing violence and terrorism against institutions carrying them out, as well as widespread pockets of resistance popping up all over American cities and the elements of civil conflict associated with that. As the pendulum starts swinging in the other direction, I do make the prediction that it will be increasingly unlikely for Anthony Albanese to remain as Prime Minister of Australia. Whilst there will be talk in the upcoming federal election of him forming minority government with some of the Teal members, a lot of them will in fact lose their seats, and I am making a prediction that Peter Dutton and the Liberal Party will form majority government within Australia in 2025. Unfortunately, the economic situation within Australia doesn't drastically improve in 2025 either, with high inflation and cost of living mixed with productivity issues and high levels of government debt casting a cloud over the economy for the entire year. That being said, I do predict that there will be an interest rate cut possibly around March or April, with another one occurring later in the year. However, even if there is a change of government, the issues within the economy are so ingrained that it is going to take longer than 2025 to rectify and improve. Given that the energetic pendulum is swinging in the other direction, I am predicting a profound impact on elections held around the world in 2025. And whilst perhaps already obvious, there will be a change of government within Canada, as well as a continued increase in popularity around populist right-wing movements on the European continent. Special attention should also be paid to France and the United Kingdom, as I am predicting civil issues and conflict within those two countries as well throughout 2025. In relation to the conflict in Gaza, I am predicting a swift end to this very early on in 2025 as negotiations and a ceasefire are reached. However, unfortunately for Israel, it will be revealed that an overwhelming majority of the hostages still being held are in fact deceased. However, there will be stories of miracle survivals, especially amongst some of the elder hostages in particular. 2025 will also see the conclusion of the Russian-Ukrainian war, and I am predicting that within 3 to 6 months of the second Trump administration taking office, a ceasefire will be negotiated and reached. Ukraine will have to cede elements of its territory to Russia, and they will also not be granted membership of NATO. Over the last 12 to 18 months, I have made the prediction that this decade is likely to see the re-emergence of another alleged virus, one that does target children and young adults in particular, that could lead to another pandemic-style situation. I do believe that in 2025, we could possibly see the re-emergence of this, and special attention should be made to health announcements and health threats that are made, especially around the eclipse cycles throughout the year. However, very much like the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and 2021, the real pandemic is fear, and we should remain logical and calm and be open to all information that is presented to us and not necessarily believe everything we're told by those in power. 2025 sees a lot of futuristic and sci-fi themes really start entering the mainstream even more than they already have. The biggest ones there being crypto, AI, and space exploration. All three are going to gain a lot of prominence throughout the year, with the crypto market increasing in reach and also value. AI is going to become very widespread, and there's going to be continuing issues there with what is real and what's fake. So pay very close attention to what is being presented to you. AI is also going to start taking over a lot of mainstream jobs. We are going to see it become even more prominent in our day-to-day life. And the one that I'm most excited by is space exploration. Towards the end of the year in particular, we are going to see an increase in talk and also planning on sending manned missions not only to the moon, but also to the red planet, being Mars as well. And whilst I don't care to make predictions around celebrities, because quite frankly, I find them all very boring, I am, however, very drawn into the British royal family. 2025 will see a continuation of King Charles's cancer treatment, as this is unfortunately not something that he will ever recover from. However, more information will be made public in regards to what cancer he has been dealing with, as well as what treatment he has been receiving. Following Princess Kate's cancer scare, she will make a full recovery and return to public life. And Prince Andrew is still going to be on the outer with his family as well, especially when more information is released regarding the Epstein client list, which is not going to work in his favour. The couple that everyone loves to talk about is, of course, Meghan and Harry, though, and rumours of their separation and relationship conflict is only going to continue throughout 2025. And I do make the prediction that inevitably they will separate. If it's not this year, it's going to happen eventually anyway, unfortunately for them.